the skin of the neck. The skin of the neck is supplied by second, third and fourth cervical nerves. So this entire skin of the neck is being supplied by three cervical nerves, that are second, third and fourth. Second, third and fourth supply the skin of the neck, cervical nerves. The anterolateral part supplied by anterior primary rami through four kind of nerves. So this antero and lateral part is supplied by anterior primary rami of four nerves. Is supplied by anterior primary rami of four nerves, and these are called as anterior cutaneous. The first one is anterior cutaneous. This is shown here. So this is the anterior cutaneous. Second is great auricular. This one is the great auricular. Third one is the lesser occipital. This is not being shown here right now. So we do have a lesser occipital like this, ascending up. And the fourth one is supraclavicular. So these are the supraclavicular, which has three parts: the anterior supraclavicular or the medial one, the middle supraclavicular or the intermediate supraclavicular, and the third one is the posterior supraclavicular or the lateral supraclavicular. Now the broad band of skin over the posterior part is supplied by the posterior part of the neck is supplied by the dorsal posterior primary rami. The broad band of skin over the posterior part is supplied by dorsal posterior primary rami. First cervical nerve. The important point is that the first cervical nerve, C1, has no cutaneous distribution. When we talk about C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1, they supply the upper limb through brachial plexus and therefore do not supply the neck. So C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1, they form part of the brachial plexus and supply the upper limb, and therefore they do not supply the neck. The territory of C4 extend to the pectoral region. If we talk about the C4 nerve, then its territory extends to the pectoral region through supraclavicular nerves and meets second thoracic dermatome at the level of second costal cartilage. So its territory is extending to pectoral region through these supraclavicular nerves, and it is meeting the second thoracic dermatome at the level of second costal cartilage. Now coming to the four branches that supply the anterolateral region of the neck. The mnemonic is GALS, G-A-L-S. So for G it is great auricular, A anterior cutaneous, L lesser occipital, and S for supraclavicular. So now coming first to the anterior cutaneous. This arises from second, third cervical nerves. So this is the anterior cutaneous branch, and it is arising from second and third cervical nerves, and it divides into an ascending branch and a descending branch. The ascending branch are distributed to the cranial, ventral and the lateral parts of the neck. So this ascending branch of the anterior cutaneous nerve is being distributed to the ventral, to the cranial, to the lateral part of the neck. And when talking about descending branch, it is distributed to the skin of the ventral part of the neck as far as down to the sternum. So the descending branch, it supplies the skin of the ventral part of the neck down towards the at level till the level of the sternum here. Now coming to the transverse cervical nerve. So this is the transverse cervical nerve, or also called as cervical cutaneous. So this also arises from the second and third cervical nerves, like the anterior cutaneous. This also rises from second and third cervical nerves. And it is turning, it has been clearly shown here, turning around the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid about its middle. So it is turning around the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid about its middle and passing obliquely forward beneath. So it is passing obliquely forward beneath the external jugular vein to the anterior border of the muscle. So it is passing obliquely forward beneath the anterior external jugular vein and to the anterior border of this sternocleidomastoid, and it perforates the deep fascia. Then by perforating the deep fascia, it divides beneath the platysma. Here it is dividing like beneath the platysma into an ascending and descending branch, which are distributed to the anterolateral parts of the neck. So like the anterior cutaneous, this transverse cutaneous is also dividing into an ascending and an descending branch beneath the platysma, and these branches supply the skin of the anterolateral part of the neck. And for a land surface landmark, we need to remember this point as this nerve being marked as the point from as the line from the Erb's point here, Erb's point, to the horizontally over sternocleidomastoid. So from Erb's point and horizontally over sternocleidomastoid, this anterior cutaneous, transverse cutaneous nerve is marked. Now coming to the great auricular nerve. Now when we come to the great auricular nerve, it originates from the cervical plexus. So this great auricular nerve, so this is the great auricular nerve, and this is originating from this cervical plexus, also formed by C2 and C3. This great auricular nerve is also formed by C2 and C3, and it provides sensory innervation for the skin over the parotid gland. So it is providing sensory information from the skin over this parotid gland here, and over the mastoid process here, and both surfaces of the outer ear. So this outer ear having is a lateral surface and a medial surface. So both surfaces of the outer ear plus the skin over the parotid gland plus the skin over the skin over the parotid gland plus the skin over the mastoid process here is being served by the great auricular nerve. And if we talk about its course, so it winds around the, like shown here, posterior border of the sternocleidomastoideus, and after perforating the deep fascia, ascends upwards upon the muscle beneath the platysma to the parotid gland here, where it divides into an anterior and a posterior branch. So in the substance of the parotid gland is dividing into an anterior branch here and like a posterior branch here, and this anterior branch, also called as facial branch, supplies to the skin of the face over the parotid gland and communicates in the substance of the gland with the facial nerve. So this anterior branch of this great auricular nerve, it communicates with the facial nerve within the substance of the parotid gland. And when we talk about the posterior branch, this is also called as ramus posterior. Like the earlier one was called the ramus anterior, this is called ramus posterior, also called as the mastoid branch. So here is the ramus anterior, or the facial branch, or the ramus posterior, the mastoid branch. It supplies the skin over the mastoid process and on the back of the auricle, auricle as well. Except at its upper part, a filament pierces the auricle to reach its lateral surface, where it is distributed to the lobule and the lower part of the concha. So a filament that pierces the auricle to reach its lateral surface, and where it distributed to the lobule and the lower part of this concha. When we talk about this posterior branch, it communicates with the smaller occipital nerve here, the smaller occipital nerve here, the auricular branch of the vagus, here, and the auricular branch of the facial nerve. So this posterior branch is communicating with three nerves here: the auricular branch of the vagus, the auricular branch of the facial, and the smaller occipital nerve. Now coming to next nerve, that is the lesser occipital. So when we talk about the lesser occipital nerve, it is also coming from the second and third cervical vertebra. Second and third cervical nerves, and it innervates the scalp in the lateral area of the head behind the ear. So this area of the head behind the ear is being supplied by the lesser occipital nerve. It curves around and ascends along the posterior, extends along the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid. This is the lesser occipital nerve here, and near the cranium, it perforates the deep fascia and continues upwards along the side of the head, perforating the deep fascia here, and near the cranium, and it is continuous upwards along the side of the head behind the auricle here, supplying the skin and communicating with the greater occipital nerve here, and greater auricular nerve as well, and the posterior auricular branch of the facial. So it is communicating with three nerves here: the greater occipital, greater auricular, and the posterior auricular branch of the facial. And important point is that clinical point related to this nerve, that the disorder of this nerve causes occipital neuralgia. The disorder of this lesser occipital nerve causes occipital neuralgia. Now coming to the next nerves, very important, the supraclavicular nerves. So these are supraclavicular nerves, and they arise from third and the fourth cervical nerves. And they emerge beneath the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid and descend in the posterior triangle. Here is the posterior triangle, and they descend in the posterior triangle of the neck beneath the platysma here, and deep cervical fascia. So they descend in the posterior triangle of the neck here, and beneath the platysma and deep cervical fascia, and they arise from third and fourth cervical nerves. And near the clavicle here, they perforate the fascia and platysma to become cutaneous, and are arranged according to their position into three: this anterior or the medial, the middle or the intermediate, and the posterior or the lateral. When we talk about this anterior, this supplies the skin over the midline here, and basically the sternoclavicular joint here. Sternoclavicular joint supplied by the medial or the anterior fibers of the supraclavicular nerve, medial supraclavicular nerve. Coming to the middle or the intermediate supraclavicular nerve, supplying the pectoralis major and the deltoideus, pectoralis major and the deltoideus. And when we talk about this posterior supraclavicular, it supplies the skin over the upper and posterior parts of the shoulder. So this posterior supraclavicular, this supplying the skin over the upper and the posterior parts of the shoulder. And this is all about the cutaneous distribution of the anterolateral part of the neck. The rest we will discuss in the further video. Thank you very much.